Step and repeat there. That's great stuff. Good morning.
Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
Dr. Lane, why don't you start? We're in the home of the Tigers.
That's right.
Texas
That's right.
Southern.
Home of TSU Tigers. First and foremost, thanks to all of you for being here. And as we usually say to visitors or folks, our alums and students, welcome home. If you've never been here, we have a beautiful campus. Hopefully you get a chance after this to take a nice stroll. We are just honored, as you know, and most of you have already been broadcasting this event, but the ABC partnership and connection for us is just a phenomenal partnership. We're excited for our students, most importantly, because they get an opportunity throughout this particular partnership with ABC to do internships, to be runners, to conduct spin rooms, pre and post spin rooms. And so as you can imagine, for our students in the School of Communications, our students in the Barbara Jordan Mickey Leland School of Public Affairs, our business students are going to get some first real hand experiences with ABC and with other affiliates, obviously in the area, both local, state, national, international, where they will be able to learn some pretty valuable skills as they move forward. So we're excited. We're so excited to be in the best city in the world and to have the best mayor right beside me at this particular conference. It means a lot. The mayor is a good friend of mine and has always been supportive of me during my role here as president of Texas Southern University. And so we're just glad that we're able to bring yet another significant event to the city of Houston.
Thank you, Dr. Lane. And let me tell you, it is a significant event. Congratulations to Texas Southern University, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This will be the third Democratic presidential debate, which is a huge deal. It's a huge win for the city of Houston, and it's just a tremendous statement that is being hosted and held right here on the campus of Texas Southern University. That speaks to the quality of the university, its ability to host major events. And in this facility on Texas Southern campus, more than 7,000 people will be able to come into it and attend. And I can tell you, just based on the calls that I've received as of yesterday, that there are many who want to attend, because there's, but let me just say what it does for the city of Houston. Millions of social media impressions will be going out with us hosting this event. We are not hosting the Democratic National Convention, but I will tell you, just the fact that we went after the Democratic National Convention, that we were competitive, that the site selection committee wanted to come to the city of Houston, and that the national profile of the city was significantly enhanced and raised, put us in an excellent spot to be hosting this convention. This presidential debate. I will say to you that Tom Perez, the chairman of the Democratic National Committee, called me about 2 or 3 months ago, just to let me know that more likely it was coming Houston's way. Told me to keep a secret. I can keep secrets, and but didn't tell me where it was going to be hosted in the city of Houston. And then when the announcement came out and Dr. Lane touched base with me and said, look, we are going to be hosting the presidential debate, I could not be more happy. More happy for the institution, for the students, the faculty. It's just making a tremendous statement. But it's coming to the city of Houston. There will be a lot of people coming in. There will be a lot of watch parties in the city of Houston. And it's not just a national deal. This will draw international and national attention to the city of Houston. And so it's just a big win for the city. It's a big win for Texas Southern, and it points out again that Houston is positioning itself on the national and international stage. So I'm very, very excited. And congratulations again to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any questions?
Sure. So in your negotiations over the last however long, how critical was it that students take part in this? I mean, was that kind of a make or break deal for you?
It was. You know, our institution back in 1972 was actually designated as a special purpose institution for urban programming. And what that means is that anything related to politics, related to any social or any health, anything related to what connects us to our community is important for us to be able to have dialogue and discussion, most importantly, with our students. And so this just rings perfectly for us because our students get hands-on, real-life, up-close and personal access to what they want to become. And so as we always tell our students, it's really from TSU to the world. And that's exactly what this event is going to do for them. They will remember it for the rest of their lives. It will propel most of them to be behind the camera like you are today or in front of the camera like you are for the evening news. And so our students will see some real up-close and personal mentors. And so it was very important that we have that component added in with internships and for them to be runners and to conduct their own spin rooms so they really get real live experience.
And
President Lane, you hosted She the People Forum with a number of Democratic primary presidential candidates just a few months ago. Do you think that was a good test run? Do you think that went so well that led to this? And how do you feel about, doing this basically twice in the matter of early in the campaign season?
Great question. That was definitely a test run for us. As the mayor mentioned, we've been able to host a few events that actually gave us a head start to be able to host something like this. So we're very confident in our ability to be able to do that. Our facility, if you've not been to the HP&E Arena, it's a great facility. And so for us, we have a fantastic police force. We have a fantastic supporting area that handles all of our lease agreements. And so they're geared up and ready to go. And we're ready to put on a good show for the world to see.
What did the DNC and ABC tell you about why they were interested in Texas Southern?
You know, for us, we like to say all roads lead to Texas Southern. So that's a shameless plug here. You know, why not us? And that's usually what I say when I go around the city and the state and the country. We don't want to be a best-kept secret. And so they know the history, as the mayor mentioned, the history of TSU. We have advertising, as you can see, where we say we're the heart and soul of Houston. If you think about that historically, we really are for a lot of people. And so not to mention, we've got a very popular alum in Michael Strahan. And so Michael Strahan played football here, obviously works for ABC, and really helped us be able to solidify this deal.
in addition, bearing in mind this is the Democratic presidential debate, national presidential debate, you have figures like Congresswoman, former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan, Texas Southern, former Congressperson Mickey Leland, Texas Southern. And then Texas Southern, are you the first or the second largest HBCU?
Well, I hate to say second largest.
Well, the second largest in the
largest
country.
in the state.
Historical black college and university in the country. And then, of course, let me just put in a shameless plug. You know, I did teach at Thurgood Marshall Law School right here for 17 consecutive years. You know,
you did.
So when you look at the fact that this institution is fully capable of hosting major events and the connection that it has, quite fitting and appropriate for it to be hosting this particular debate.
Dr. Lane, I just want to circle back to the first question. I am an alumni of the illustrious Texas Southern University.
All right.
And some of my colleagues and peers that I went to school with, we are absolutely ecstatic that it's going to be held here. But there have been some talks on social media that, yes, it's great, but are students actually going to be able to attend and sit in? I think that's one of the main concerns. So if you could just clear that up, that students will actually be able to be in the house and have a seat at the table.
Yeah, as you can imagine, that's a great question. There are a lot of moving parts with tickets, and that's still being worked out with ABC and some of the other DNC. And so our stake is to ensure that on each night that we have not only an allotment of tickets for, let's say, for VIP, but also tickets for students. Now, that's an allotment, so that doesn't mean that we'll be able to invite all 10,000 of our students. But our goal is to get as many of our students inside that event as possible. Also, our goal is to make sure our students are engaged, as I said earlier, to your point, before the event and then even after. And so there are going to be some other opportunities to have some up close and personal with spin rooms and different situations that are set up around our campus to still keep them involved and connected.
Can you give viewers any insight on how to secure tickets maybe ahead of the time? As we know, a lot of people are going to want to be in attendance for this event. So is there any insight you can give us to how they can kind of hurry up and get those tickets?
Yeah, we will probably have something out on the ground in terms of being able to secure those tickets probably in about a week. And so as you can imagine, the announcement went out just yesterday. And so when we put that announcement out about tickets, then students will know, the public will know exactly how to go and get them. And so we'll do an internal piece probably first, in all fairness, because it'll be our students. And then we'll go outside to show people how they can get those tickets.
It's not too late to enroll at Texas Southern
That's
University.
right. We're in enrollment period right now. We don't want to be second largest, right? We're the
Won't be
largest, yeah.
How is the university, sorry,
Oh, no, go ahead.
how is the university be prepared for that event? I'm talking about personnel, infrastructure, and obviously all security means, so how is it going to be prepared for that?
Yeah, that's the beauty of what we do at TSU. We have a phenomenal chief of police, a phenomenal cabinet, which is actually the room we're meeting in now, with my vice presidents and folks that are here responsible for certain areas. So we're very proactive in how we lay it out and very strategic. And so when you're working with ABC, Steve Scheffler, my right-hand communications guy over there, will tell you we've been meeting a lot over the last couple of months. And so again, everything is a checklist on how we want to set things up and then how we want it to look the day of.
And I would tell you that the city of Houston will be a full partner with them. So whatever they need, additional security, resources, the city of Houston will be right there for them.
We have seen immigration and border crisis, health insurance, some of the topics that we have seen on the debates. Do you know any idea about what kind of issues or topics we are going to have seen on this kind of debate?
For us, what's important to make mention of is that we're nonpartisan. And so as a state university, what we do is we lease the space to ABC, and we leave all of the political debates on each side to really the folks who are going to be there debating that evening. But it's very important, myself included, that we stay in a very nonpartisan position. So that's, for us, the night of, we'll find out if some of those things come out. But we try to stay right down the middle and make this more about the leasing agreement than our own politics.
And so I do have a partisan question for you, speaking as a partisan, Mr. Mayor. Talk about the importance of Houston and Texas. The Democrats have talked a lot about turning Texas blue. We're having these two events. We were a contender for the DNC convention. What is the party trying to do with Texas, and how does Houston play a role in that?
Well, let me speak as a nonpartisan mayor about a partisan event. I think that's one of the reasons why there's going to be so much national and international attention on this presidential debate. And that is there's a lot of conversation about Texas being in play, okay, and that Texas being the epicenter for the political dynamics that will be played out next year. So there will be much more attention being given to this debate in Texas, in the city of Houston, than probably would have existed in the last 20, 30 years. So a lot of people are going to be watching. A lot of people are going to be coming into the city of Houston. There are going to be plenty of watch parties that are going to be taking place. And then the good thing about this third presidential debate is getting closer to the end of the year. So things may start to narrow, the focus may start to narrow, and much more attention will be given to many of the candidates that will be on stage on both nights. So it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time. A lot of people I anticipate will be either watching or will be hosting parties or who will be coming into the city even prior to. And I'm not just talking about the city of Houston. What's taking place in Houston on September 12th and 13th will be watched all across the state of Texas. And then, of course, people will be viewing and talking about it all over the country, if not outside. So this is one of those times when Texas is not being written off by anybody, okay? Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat or an independent, you're keenly interested in what's going to be taking place here at Texas Southern on September the 12th and 13th. And And that's for the first time in a long time. Democrats and Republicans will be paying attention.
We're going to be on the big picture on this third debate. So what does mean just for us in terms of
Just one more
revenue?
question after this one.
In terms of revenue, what does mean for the city and what does mean for the university?
Well, for the city, it brings a lot more attention. You know, the conversation is no longer just about Florida or California or New York or Wisconsin. And now the conversation is about Texas, and in this case specifically Houston. And the fact that a Democratic presidential debate is being held in the city of Houston, right here at Texas Southern, is huge. The media impressions, the social media impressions will be by the millions. And people will be talking about this presidential debate from now until. I mean, just the fact, for example, when the announcement was made yesterday, everybody was talking about it. And the buzz is out there. So look, regardless of your party affiliation, this is a big win, a big plus for the city. And let me just say, it's just a big salute to Texas Southern University. It just says that Texas Southern University is of the first class, with first class facilities, and deserving of not just a mayoral debate or gubernatorial, but is deserving of a presidential debate. So that's just, I could not be more proud of another university in our city that's getting the attention and the accolades that it rightfully deserves.
We want to leave time. I think we're going to walk outside a little bit for a quick tour. Do y'all want to make any closing statements or comments?
You know, just for me, and I echo the mayor's last comments, we would not have a marketing budget this big, right, Steve, to be able to pull this off. So if you think about the marketing and of our brand that's going to be across the world,
Yeah.
that would be millions of dollars that we would have to spend to get that kind of reach. So as you can imagine, we're very excited about the kind of exposure that it's going to give our university. Our alums are excited about it. Our community is excited about it. And I always say we don't want to be a best kept secret. So during these times between now and the event on the 12th, we're going to be obviously strategically and intentionally putting more and more of our brand out there in terms of what we do. A lot of people don't know that we're the second largest HBCU. A lot of people don't know that, you know, we're the largest producer of degrees in certain areas for African Americans. And so those are the kinds of sound bites and things that we're going to hopefully get out over the next couple of weeks so people become very familiar with their hometown university.
And let me just say, we went after the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, as a city, and we did not get it. But it goes with the saying, you know, if you go for the stars. If you don't reach the stars, you land on the moon. And I think that's a fitting analogy for what we've experienced over the past week and today. We didn't get to the stars, but we certainly landed on the moon. Another Apollo 11.
Very
If you want to
talented.
leave your sticks here, we're just going to go down, just right down the stairs, and you can come back and get your sticks or whatever else you need.